अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गुरवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकायै तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय यं प्रव्रजन्तमनुपेतमपेतकृत्यं द्वैपायनो विराकाकरया जुहाव पुत्रेति तन्मयतया कुर्वो तं सर्वभूतहृदयं मुनिमानसे तवैवास्मि नज्वां त्वया गिरा इति विज्ञाय राधे तन्मय मां शरणं। First of all, my obeisances in the Lord's feet of my Guru, Om Vishnu Pasishna Bhakti, Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj, and my Shiksha Nitya Lila Pravishta on Vishnu Bhakti, Shri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Swami. Now, for so many days I am telling, the object and aim and object of our devotional services is the love and affection in the heart of Radhika to Krishna. The service of conjugal but inclination towards Radhika as a manjari mood. This is the aim and object. And for this, everywhere it has been told. Only the processes of bhakti, pure bhakti, especially those who fulfill the desire of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Srila Rupa Goswami, has told in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Anna Bhilasita Sunyam, Gyan Karma, Anabhrita, Anukullena Krishnanushidanam Bhakti Uttama. Explain Goswami and Govinda and Sundar Gopal. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. A person who is fortunate enough to meet a pure Vaishnava and begin on the process of bhakti, for that person, a particular question may come into his mind or her mind. He may be engaged in so many activities, but is what he or she doing really pure bhakti? What is pure bhakti? What is its definition? What is its character? How can we measure what we're doing against that exalted bhakti for which we aspire? To help us, Srila Rupa Goswami Pad has given us a very wonderful, very astonishing definition in Sri Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, which is Paribhasha Shastra, or the Shastra of definitions. He says, Anya vilashita shunyam jnana karma janavritam anukulyena krishnano shiranam bhaktiruttama. Uttama bhakti, or transcendental bhakti, is the cultivation of all endeavors of the body, mind, words, and spiritual sentiments known as bhavs, solely for the service or benefit of Sri Krishna. In this verse, the word anu has been used. Anu means niranta, or continuous. In other words, our performance of bhakti must be like the continuous, unbroken stream of honey that flows from a jar. If you pour honey out of a jar, it comes out in a thick, continuous stream. So in other words, our practice of bhakti is not for 5 hours a day, not for 2 hours, not even for 23 hours, but continuous, uninterrupted, 24 hours a day without any break. Anu here also means anugatya. In other words, pure bhakti is only achieved when we are properly under the guidance of a pure Vaishnava. Anukulyena. Here again we have an anu. Here the meaning is that what we do in service of Sri Krishna must be with a favorable spirit. This particular word was included by Srila Rupa Goswami Pad to avoid the faults of avyapti and ativyapti. Avyapti means underextension of a rule or definition, and ativyapti means overextension of a rule or definition. Our endeavors are not simply to please Krishna, but more specifically to benefit Krishna. When Krishna was fighting with Chanur and Musti in Mathura, these two great wrestlers were bent on killing Krishna. But because they had this fighting mood against Krishna, it gave them much pleasure. But what they were doing, was that pure bhakti? Certainly not. Then on the other hand, Mother Yashoda, we find that sometimes she makes Krishna cry. Krishna will weep bitterly. She may even chastise him severely or bind him. But her mood of devotion to Krishna is the very highest form of bhakti. So for this reason, to keep Chanur and Mustik outside of the definition of pure bhakti, and to bring in great Krishna's personal associates, such as Srimati Radhika, such as Mother Yashoda and others, this particular word anukulyena has been used. So we find 3 anus here. Anu in anukulyena, Krishnanu shilanam. That second anu has 2 meanings. So it is as if there are 2 anus there, making 3 anus. According to the construction, the rules for the construction of sutras, when something is mentioned 3 times, it adds great emphasis to it. Just as in the shlok, Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Eva Kevalam. So here, the meaning is that for pure bhakti to be there, one must be under guidance. One's endeavors must be continuous. And one must have a favorable mood towards Sri Krishna. This is the very essence, or mukhya lakshan, of Uttama Bhakti. Then, Srila Rupa Goswami, in the first 2 lines of this verse, explains what Uttama Bhakti is by showing what it is not, by giving the Tatashta Lakshan. Anya Vilashita Shunyam. There should not be any trace of self-interest or desire for self-gain. Shunyam means nil, 0, nothing. In other words, nothing should remain. No desire, even slight, should remain to fulfill our own desires. Jnana karma jnanavritam. Here jnana means knowledge, and karma means action. In this world, no person can live without acting and without knowing something. So this is why Srila Rupa Goswami Pad does not say jnana karmadi shunyam, but he uses the word anavritam. In other words, jnana and karma, knowledge and action, should not cover bhakti. Adi means etc. So this refers to tapasya, yoga, false renunciation, New Age philosophy, anything that can distract one from our goal, anything that can distract one from our goal or objective of pure bhakti. When these conditions are properly met, then and only then can it be said that we are performing Uttama Bhakti or transcendental Bhakti.
Thus in Bhagavad, in Ved, Upanishad, everywhere it has been told. Bhakti is only process to please Krishna. Only. Sabai punsang paro dharmo jato bhakti radhuk khaje ahetu kapyavita ja bhakti. Same meaning. No difference. So, bhakti prevails from its last fraction, Shraddha, to Mahabhav, Modanakya Bhav. All are called bhakti. But the fraction like Shraddha, Nishtha, Ruchi, and then Asakti, Rati, Snehman, Pranay, Rag, they are not same. But they can be defined by the word bhakti. But so much difference is in them. So last fraction of the bhakti begins from hearing in sadhu sangha. And these high class of personalities, they gave a seed of bhakti in the heart of devotees. And that is the desire to serve Krishna. This is seed of bhakti, kripa. To desire to serve Krishna. This is main thing. And it gradually develops Shraddha, Nishtha, Ruchi, Asakti, Sneh, Man, Pranay, Rag, Anurag, Bhav, Mahabhav. So it begins from. Shraddha is also of two kinds. Lokiki Shraddha. Lokiki Shraddha and Paramarthiki Shraddha. Lokiki Shraddha means to have honor for any bhakta or bhakti. For superiors. This is called Shraddha, Lokiki. But transcendental Shraddha is of another kind. श्रद्धा शब्द विश्वास कहे सुदृढ़ निश्चय कृष्ण भक्ति कैले सर्व कर्म कृता है. If you will serve Krishna, your whole life will be successful. You will be happy forever. So strong belief I have there. My life will be successful if I am going to do bhakti. And certainly with me. So I have a strong belief like Haridas Thakur. He was beaten in 22 markets. Even his all blood and flesh and everything was out of. But even he was chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. You know Prahlad Maharaj, yesterday you saw, poison was given. He was given to elephants, snakes, fire. From mountains he was thrown out. In the midst of ocean he was thrown out. But nothing was there. Krishna always said. So, a strong faith in Bhakti should be. And in the words of superiors, Guru, Vaishnava, Krishna and Shastra. This is called Shraddha. Again, Shraddha is of two kinds. Shastra Avadharanamayi, Bhagavad Katha Madhurjamayi. reading in Shastra, if you are giving honor and serving your father, mother, superiors, but not serving Krishna, not chanting, remembering Krishna, then you will go to hell. And if sarvadharman pratyajya mam ekam saranam braja, aham tam sarvapaka papebhyo mokshayishyami ma shusha. And if you are neglecting all your household duties, varnashram, dharma and everything, but you are chanting, remembering and serving Radha, Krishna and Guru, then you will be happy in it. Your life is successful. So this Madhyadamai Bhakti and Lobhmai from beginning, he is so fortunate that from beginning he is hearing three pastimes of Krishna. And then a thick greed came that I should serve Krishna like son, like mother Yashoda and Baba, like friends, bosom friends, like Subal Siddham, and like Gopis, my most beloved. This greed. So Shraddha is of so many kinds. I think that from beginning I have told you about the sweet pastimes of Krishna, about the service and mood of Subal, Sridham, Nanda Baba, Yashoda and Gopis. Highest is the love and affection of the Gopis. That is the aim and object of the devotees in the line of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So now we should begin from Shraddha. And then, if anyhow, fortunately you have Shraddha in your heart, Shraddha has come. But if you are not associating with high class of devotee, no Harinam and Diksha, initiation, then gradually, lacking of association, your Shraddha will drop. So don't make your heart desert. There if you will put seed, it will not grow. So give water and fresh air like a gardener does. Always we try to be in pure sadhu sangha. Sadhu sangha, sadhu shastre God. Lo matre sadhu sangha, sadhu siddhi. So give importance of association. Then you will develop your Krishna fame, otherwise no. So, here, Bhakti, Srila Sanatana Goswami has divided Bhakti in 5 categories. And thus, the Bhakta also are divided into 5 categories. Jnani Bhakta, Shuddha Bhakta, Premi Bhakta, Prem Par Bhakta, Prematur Bhakta. These 5. You will see that in these 5 kinds of bhakti stages or bhakti, all are liberated. At least all kinds of aparad and all kinds of worldly desires are gone. Anartha has been removed. So first it begins from Prahlad Maharaj. He is Jnani Bhakta. What is the meaning of Jnani Bhakta? There are 2 types of Jnana. One, worldly Jnana and one transcendental Jnana. Krishna Tattva Jnana. And again Tattva Jnana are also divided into 2. with Aishwarya Gyan, Madhurya Gyan. Aishwarya Gyan, Krishna is Supreme Lord. He has all power. He can create millions of universes in a moment, and he can destroy it. Again he can make. Very sweet, very attractive, very beautiful he is. So, he is Supreme Lord. But only Vaikuntha, you can go to Vaikuntha only by this love and affection. You cannot go to Braja by this Aishwarya Gyan. That Krishna is himself God. And if you want to do bhajan of Krishna, Radha Krishna, you go to Dwarka, not to Vrindavan. There is no archan of Radha and Krishna, only of Narayan. If you do serve and do archan of Radha and Krishna, really it is not. It includes only Lakshmi Narayan, not Radha and Krishna. Bhava Seva, as our Rupa Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami has done. So, Jnani Bhakta here have some Aishwarya Gyan. Aishwarya Gyan means?
Opulence knowledge.
Oh, that Krishna is himself God. He is gods of God, he is lords of lords. Swayam Bhagavan. Then this praying only confirms in Vaikuntha. And where Krishna is my son, he is my most beloved, he is my friend, by this spontaneous love and affection, which the definition is no, then you can achieve or Brajaprem, any of the three kinds of Brajaprem. So Prahlad Maharaj, you saw, he has opulence and Tattva Gyan, that Nrsimha Bhagavan is himself Krishna. And he can save devotees. He has so many opulences, very much all kinds of powers. So, in this only we can pray him, no service at all. What Prahlad Maharaj did, Anna Vilasita Sundam, it was right in him. Gyan Karma Adhyanavit, it was also there. But not as Krishnanusilanam, it was not there. Not any in the power or activities of his whole senses to serve Krishna. What he served? Nothing. He prayed Krishna, Nrsimhadev. I want to take all the sufferings of the all being of the whole world, and I want to suffer in this world forever. And all living entities should be liberated. Give your bhakti. This is so much high class of love and affection, but still, it cannot have Brajaprem. No service at all. So, Ambarish Maharaj is pure Bhakta. Sanak Sanandan Sanatan was in this category. Jnani Bhakta. Bhisham Pitama was also Jnani Bhakta. You know Bhishma Pitama? He was fighting against Pandava in the favor of Duryodhana. But why he is called? He was fighting also with Krishna. How he will become a pure Bhakta, Jnani Bhakta? Oh, it is so. he fought to fulfill the desire of Krishna. If he was not in taking side of Duryodhana, no war was there, because Duryodhana was fighting on the power of Bhisham Pitama, that he is in our side, Dronacharya is his side. If Bhisham Pitama has told that I will not fight, then no war. So, Bhisham Pitama, you should know a history. In Mahabharata it is written that when fight was beginning, and Maharaj Bhisham Pitama has promised to kill 10,000 Rathi. Warriors.
Fight riding on a chariot.
I will kill. And he was doing. Arjun was very fortunate. But still Pandavas were controlled by Kauravas. Then Duryodhana went to Bhisham Pitama. Oh Pitama, we have very strong faith on you. You are fighting, but you are fighting only to show you are really, your heart is with Pandavas. You don't want that they should be defeated or they should be killed. Otherwise you have killed first day. Then Bhisham Pitama told you are wrong. I am fighting and fighting for you. Don't worry for this. Have belief for me. Tomorrow I will try to kill them. Today, after war, in the midnight, you should come with your wife. I will give benediction that you will be victorious in this battle. And then, positively you should come. But from evening like here, 2 days ago, heavy rain continues whole day, very windy, very cold,
non-stop,
and so much thunderbolts coming. So Duryodhana told his wife, "Oh, I know that you are ready, but today we should postpone, and we will go next day." And here Krishna called Draupadi, "Sakhi, you will have to come with me to Bhisham Pitama in midnight. You should cover your head with your belt and come with me, and then I will go to the camp of Bhisham Pitama." And he did so with umbrella, and she was sent to Bhisham Pitama. Krishna was sitting on the chariot. Bhisham Pitama was in trance of Krishna. In the meantime, Draupadi went there, and he did pranam, and with a bell on his mouth, hiding herself, his mouth, and she sat down. But anyhow, Bhisham Pitama again came from the trance. No, wife of Duryodhana. Oh, you have come? Akhanda Saubhagyavati Bhava. And you should be victorious and your
husband will be
long life, anyone cannot kill him. And then Draupadi smiled and took her bed. Oh, Draupadi, how you came? Who brought you? Oh, I know that a tricky person has brought him. And then he began to smile. And then he went to Krishna and prayed to come, and he came, and he was praying so much in the lotus feet. So, Bhishma Pitama, though he was fighting for Kauravas, but he was always in the side of Pandavas, so he is Bhakta. But what kind of Bhakta? Jnani. He knows the appearances of Krishna. How Krishna, he can show Vishwarup in his mouth. He can, in a second, he can destroy all these whole armies. He knew. So, Bhishma Pitama is Bhishma Pitama is thinking, because he is Jnani Bhakta. Though I am, as Prahlad was given heavy poison, strong poison, he was given to ocean and thrown from the hills and mountains, but he was alive. So, poison cannot touch Krishna. How can touch these arrows to Krishna? They cannot touch. So he used to give arrows. Say, I am fighting Krishna. So, even he is Jnani Bhakta, but not pure Bhakta. Though Ambarish Maharaj is not liberated, but from beginning his sadhana, his giving is all senses in the service of Krishna. Like has been told in definition, Anna Vilasita Sunyam Jnana Karmadhyanapritam Anukulena Krishnanushilanam Bhakti Uttama. He used to do pranam with his head. Mana Krishna Padaravindu. You know this slok, Prabhu? Brajanath? What you know? Madhamara? Who? You know? If you know, you can stand up and say. What is the meaning? इसका अर्थ बतलाओ.
चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. Ambarish Maharaj, he engaged all his senses in Krishna's service. So, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Bandhanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam, Atma Nivedanam. These are the ninefold devotional service. And so Ambarish Maharaj used his ears to hear the glories of Krishna. He used his tongue to glorify, to do the kirtan of Lord Krishna, and used his mind to remember Krishna and his pastimes, and used his hands to clean the temple of Krishna. Karo Hare Mandir Marjanadishu. And he used to always offer obeisances to Lord Krishna. He used to do the deity worship of Lord Krishna, Radha Krishna, and he was Sakhyam Atma Nivedana. He also very high level of devotional service to Krishna, Sakhyam, and he offered everything he had to Krishna, the Atma Nivedana, and he did this in the Mathura Dham, Mathura Mandal, and he was of high class sadhak, and he was even more than Prahlad Maharaj, because Prahlad Maharaj, when he saw Lord Nrsingadev, he never thought that Nrsingadev is thirsty, he has just killed a demon, and he needs he may be tired, he has to do a big fight, and his feet need to be massaged. So Prahlad Maharaj, being a Jnani Bhakta, he couldn't serve the Lord, though he loved the Lord. So, however, Ambarish Maharaj, he was, higher than Prahlad Maharaj, and he was fully serving the Lord in all the possible ways, and he is the perfect example of these 9 types of devotional services.
What became Durvasa came? Full history.
Yeah, Durvasa Muni was Durvasa Muni is a high class of a yogi, and he is incarnation of Lord Shiva. So he wanted to exhibit to the entire world that the glories of Sri Ambarish Maharaj. So Ambarish Maharaj actually was performing Ekadashi, and he was performing the Ekadashi without eating anything, not even a grain. He would be not even sleeping. He would be completely
even divided water.
Devoid of water. He observed Nirjala Ekadashi, which was without, and without even sleeping in the night. So no water, no grains, no fruits, nothing. And not even sleeping at all. So entire night remembering, day and night remembering the Lord. And the Ekadashi has to be broken at a particular time that's called Paran. And that time, Durvasa Muni, he actually appeared with his many disciples. And he actually said that I want to go to bathe in the Jamuna river. And I will be back. And he left. So Ambarish Maharaj, he waited upon Durvasa Muni to come back with his disciples so that they could have some prasad together and break the fast. So first he wanted to serve this high class of a Brahman and then take prasad himself. He was not very willing to take prasad before Durvasa came. But Durvasa knowingly Durvasa, he knowingly delayed to come from Jamuna. And so he consulted his priest, what should I do? So the priest said that if you have taken Nirjala Ekadashi, then you can drink some water. And drinking water is considered breaking the fast and not breaking the fast.
Not ordinary water.
It was the Charanamrut of the Lord. It was the Charanamrut of the Lord. So it was offered to the food bath water of the Lord Krishna. It was to be drunk. And so he took some drops, only a few drops of Charanamrut, and he broke his fast. And Durvasa Muni immediately came. And he came and he became very furious. And he took only one hair like this. And he hit on the ground. And immediately came out a big Rakshasi like that. And she came and she attacked Ambarish Maharaj. And as she was going to attack Ambarish Maharaj, Lord Narayan Sudarshan Chakra came and chopped up the head of this Rakshasi, this demoness, and he started chasing Durvasa. And Durvasa at once he ran to Brahmaji. Brahmaloka, where Lord four-headed Brahma is there. And Brahma said, I cannot help you. You should go away from here immediately. Because this Sudarshan Chakra is chasing you. It is beyond my powers. And I cannot protect you. So then he went to Rudraloka and Shiva Loka, where Lord Shiva was there. And Lord Shiva said, I cannot protect you. I cannot help you at all. You should go to Narayan. And then he was so powerful that he at once went to the Lord Narayan's Loka. And there, Lord Narayan was there. And Lord Narayan also told him that, my dear Durvas, this Sudarshan Chakra is my weapon. But it is aham bhakta paradhina, that I am completely dependent on my devotees' wish. Whatever my devotees, you have offended the devotee, so you must try to beg forgiveness from the same devotee. I cannot help you. So, essentially, the devotee who was offended, then he should be pacified. So immediately Durvasa, he came, and behind him, the Sudarshan Chakra was burning him. There was so much heat coming from Sudarshan that he couldn't tolerate it, though he was the highest class of yogi. So he immediately flew down. He came to where Ambarish Maharaj was doing sadhana and bhajan, and he fell at his feet and immediately said, please forgive me. This Sudarshan Chakra is burning me. So immediately Ambarish Maharaj, in a very choice words, he offered prayers to this Sudarshan Chakra. Said, "Oh, my dear Sudarshan Chakra, you are a high class of a Vaishnava. You should immediately, if you are happy with me, you should not chase this yogi who is a high class of a Brahman and worship for me. Please forgive me." When Ambarish Maharaj had offered this high class of prayers to the Sudarshan, who is the weapon of Narayan, the Sudarshan Chakra left Durvasa and disappeared. So, this was only done by Durvasa to glorify the Ambarish Maharaj, that if someone offends a high class of a Vaishnava, then one must immediately try to beg forgiveness from that Vaishnava. Unless that Vaishnava forgives, then you'll not be liberated from the consequences of the Vaishnava Prad. If you fall on the ground, if you slip at the ground, the same ground you have to take and you have to get up. If I slip from this place, I cannot go to that place and get up. You should immediately try to pacify the same Vaishnava. So this is the glories of Ambarish Maharaj, the best sadhakas. Hare.
Can Durvasa run faster than Chakra? But why he was escaped? He moved the whole world, Brahmalok, Vishnulok, Rudralok, but why Chakra was not burning? Because really he wanted to glorify Ambarish Maharaj from core of his heart. So he was not burning. Second thing, Maharaj Ambarish was not liberated. Maharaj is so superior that Ambarish Maharaj, he is a sadhak, but still his bhakti is so pure. Why? Maharaj Ambarish, like Prahlad Maharaj, I don't know whether he came to Vrindavan or not. And Ambarish Maharaj, he has one of his seat in Vrindavan, Mathura, on the bank of Jamuna. And he used to do Brajmandal Parikrama, used to go to Nandagaon Varshana, Rasas Thari, Bhandirvan, Bansi Batan, Giriraj Govardhan. So he is more superior than even liberated. So he is pure Bhakta. Why pure Bhakta? No karma, no gyan. They are controlled. And also no anya vilasita, nothing. But still his bhakti wants something more. Only this is not a high class of service to Krishna, Kanjuga. So we will have to come to Premi Bhakta. Who is that? Who is Hanuman? How he is glorious? Madhav Maharaj will explain something in brief. Not 2 hours. I am telling so many life history of so many devotees. Why? That you should choose according to your heart, to whom you want to follow. And really, when I will stop this prasanga, then you should choose that what do you want to follow, whom you should decide. Go.
ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य जनाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। Vanchakalpatarubhascha kripa sindhu bhaivacha patitanang pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. So, Srila Gurudev ordered me discuss about Premi Bhakta. At first, you have to know who is Premi Bhakta. Who has prema in his soul, they are Premi Bhakta.
And surveyed by his all senses.
All senses, all organs.
Without any break, like honey.
So then you have to know what is prema. You have to surrender to yourself. The lotus feet of Sri Rupa Goswami is defined in his scripture, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Sammak Masrito Santo, Mamatadi Sayankita, Bhava Saiva Samratma Budhaive Mani Gaddate. That when your heart is completely smooth, why? Due to mamata, possessiveness. This Lord is mine. I have to serve Him. I have to praise Him. When this minus will come too much, then the bhav, the roti will transfer into prem. When the bhav will condense too much, and this idea is there, then it transfer into prem. So if this idea was in Hanumanji or Lord Ram, he always engaged the service of Lord Ram. He never married. Why? If he married, then his attachment will go for world, for his wife, for his kids, this and that. So he never married. He never married. And always he engaged himself in service of Ram.
24 hours.
24 hours without any break. If we give some example, then you can understand what kind of service he is rendering. When Lord Ram, though Bhagavan can do anything in a moment, but Lord Ram incarnated in this world to bestow his mercy the whole world. So he is performing human being pastimes. So his eternal potency, Lord Sita, was stolen by, kidnapped by demon Ravan. So being human being pastimes of performing human being pastimes, Lord Ram could not understand, where is my wife? Where is my potency Sita Devi? Why? Due to influence of Jogmaya Devi. So then he made friendship with Sugriv. Then Sugriv sent his armies here and there. So Hanuman went to search Sita Devi. He never seen Sita Devi. So Lord Ram gave one ring. Oh, yes, ring, then he can see this is the symptom of Sita Devi. He went to the kingdom of Demon Ravan and he found Sita Devi and told, "Oh mother, you can climb on my back, I shall flew from here to Lord Ram." No, not possible. Without my desire somebody touch me, but I could not touch any other person. Only when your Prabhu will come, then I shall go with him only, not other person. So Hanuman became very angry. Why? Demon Ravan kidnapped my mother. Okay, I shall destroy the whole Lanka. At first, Ravan sent his sons to fight against Hanumanji. They did so, they failed. Then Ravan sent to Meghnad. And Meghnad by Brahmastra bind Hanumanji. Hanuman had on benediction. He can be bind by Brahmastra, but can rid of them by himself without any help. So then they thought, oh, we shall put fire in Hanuman's tail, because the tail is very near and dear. They put fire. Hanuman ran all over Lanka and destroyed the whole Lanka, because demon Ravan kidnapped his mother Sita Devi. Like Vrindavan Das Thakur told, এত পরিহারে যেই পাপে নিন্দা করে তবে লাথি মারো তার শিরের উপরে. Hearing the glory of Srimad Nityananda Prabhu, if someone still criticizes Nityananda Prabhu, I shall kick on his head. In the same way, Hanuman did this. This is their extreme Vaishnavism, Vaishnavata. Then when Sita Devi came back from Lanka with Ravan, Lord Ram, one day Sita Devi was putting watermelon on her head. Hanuman came, "Mother, what are you doing?" Sita Devi told,
My dear son, I am putting sindoor on my head. Why so? Your father will long life. Oh, really? Oh, yes. Then Sita Devi, after dressing herself, went to royal assembly. As soon as Sita Devi get out from her dressing room, Hanuman entered in that room and took all sindoor, mixed with oil, and smeared his whole body top to bottom, and became completely red, and went to assembly. Seeing this, Sita Devi covered her face, began to smile. She understood. And Lord Ram told Hanuman, what you did? Then he told, if my mother put little sindoor here, then will long life. So I put all sindoor, you put my whole body, then will long life. So still you can see Hanuman every year with the red color. This service, how much love he has for his Prabhu. When Lord Ram came back from Lanka in conquering Ravana, then he was donating some gold, some ornaments to everyone. At last, Lord Ram thought, what shall I give to Hanuman? Then he looked towards Sita Devi. Sita Devi has one very, very valuable, expensive necklace. So it is very rare, that kind of necklace. So she took it off and handed over to Lord Ram. Then Lord Ram gave to Hanuman.
In his neck.
On his neck. Hanuman took off and taking one after another jewel and crushing by his teeth. Everybody became surprised. Oh, Lord Ram and Sita Devi mercifully gave so expensive necklace and he crushing one after another jewel. What is the cause? Then Lord Ram told Hanuman, what you are doing? Nonsense thing? No Prabhu, I am watching if my Prabhu's name is there or not. So I crashed one, could not find your name. I crashed second one, could not, so I am crashing and throwing. So have Ram done your heart? Well, yes. Then he put his nail and cheered his breast and so chest and so the whole world in every pore of his body, Ram, 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 Ram coming out. Then everyone then understood how Hanuman is glorified, how he is near and dear to Lord Ram. By this way, he is serving Lord Ram. So one day, Sita Devi, Lakshman, Bharat, Shatrugna, they held a meeting. Oh, we want to render some services. Always this monkey taking all chances. So from tomorrow, we shall divide our all services. We should not give any chance to this monkey one. Okay. So Sita will serve night time and other three brothers, they will serve daytime. They did this resolution. Hanuman came, they told, we have no service for you. Hanuman begged, oh, give me any menial service. Otherwise, how I can survive my life? Then they told, no service left over. You serve enough. And okay, then I can take only one service. Then what service? When Lord Ramchandran yawn, then I shall click. Then okay, because they know, whole world know, Bhagavan never yawn. Because due to tiredness or laziness. So it's not impossible in Bhagavan. You're okay. And they not allow him to be in royal palace. Hanuman went out of royal palace, sitting under a tree, he's clicking. Jai Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Siya Ram. His mind chanting and clicking. And Lord Ramchandra, yearning after yearning non-stop. Like you have heard from Sundar Gopal Prabhu in the definition of Varnavilasa Sunnam. The honey pouring from jar without any break. If you pour water, then break. The honey, no break. In same way, Hanumanji Jai Ram, and clicking. So they could not render any service. Then they thought, this must mischief done by that monkey one. Then they came to Hanuman. Oh Hanuman, what are you doing? We could not serve anything, not eating, nothing, only yawning. Hanuman told, what can I do? Only you left over this menial service for me. So I have nothing to do anymore, all these things. So
I don't
What?
know where he will take
How
me.
I can know when he will be here? Because I am out of palace. So I don't want to miss my chance. So I am always doing this. So they came to Ram, then they again compromised. Lord Ram told, let him serve as well he was serving. Then they did so, and Lord Ramchandra came in normal position. Lord Ramchandra saw this, how Hanuman is near and dear to him. Because Bhagavan told, Aham Bhakta Paradhino, and controlled completely by my devotee. So Lord Ramchandra, how controlled by his devotee, he saw through Hanuman. Because Hanuman is Swami Bhakta. And when Lord Ram invaded Lanka, Ravan had very big castle. Lord Ram is nothing. Hanumanji, by his tail, made a very big castle. Moreover, he became guard there. None can enemies cannot enter in this castle. By this way, he served Lord Ram. Who is Hanuman?
Sometimes on his back.
Sometimes he carried Lord Ram and Lakshman on his shoulder. And during Ramayana battle, and Meghna tightened Lord Ram and Lakshman by snake rope. And that is some time. In this period, if the snake will not be taken off, then anyone can die. Everyone is thinking, what to do? Immediate, Hanuman flew to Vaikuntha planet and told Garurji, he had to come and to serve Lord Ram. Everyone thinking, where is Hanuman? They are searching, none can find. After some time, Hanuman came down along with Garurji. As soon as snake get the smell of Garur, they ran away. And Ramchandra and Lakshman, they came in normal position. They are Bhagavan, but they are performing human being first time. Another time, Meghnath shoot Lakshman by a cell, that none can save Lakshman. Lord Ram is weeping so bitterly. How I can show my face to Ajodhavasi, show my mother, Kausalya, Sumitra, Kaikeyi. They will tell, you give up Lakshman? Then Hanumanji went to, he consulted with Vibhishan. Vibhishan told only one person in Lanka with the Ayurvedic doctor Susan. If he helps, and before sunrise, then it is possible. Hanuman went to Susan Vaidya, and he told, are you Susan? Well, yes. What to do? Let us go. Where? Then he took up, uprooted his house and came to Lord Ram. What are you doing? Then he told the whole story. But he was in confusion, in dilemma, what to do? Vibhishan make him understand, Hanuman did right thing. You are Ayurvedic doctor. You should not take any side. He is my enemy, he is my friend, he is my foe. Not like this. Then he told, yes, you have to go to Himalaya and have to bring some horse. By that, he can alive, otherwise not possible. And one condition, have to come back before sunrise. If sun will rise, then none can make him live anymore. Hanuman, okay. Hanuman flew from there, and he went to Himalaya. In the midway, there is one demon want to make him stop. Then he went to Himalaya. That the followers of Ravan, they make all hearts lightning. Hanuman could not understand. He uprooted that Parva, Dandamadan, and came back. By that they make some paste and smear the Lord Lakshman body and drank him some medicine, Sanjivani body, then he came in life. Here also, Hanuman is serving Ram and Lakshman. By this way, always is serving. And when Lord Ram invaded Lanka, the main role was Hanuman to make that bridge. In so many ways, from beginning of his life, he served Lord Ram. Even when Lord Ram disappeared from this world, he told Hanuman, you have to be in this world, you have to serve, you have to preach my mission. Though he was so unhappy, but due to fulfill his master's desire, he has so much love for his master, he is my own. So he could not deny that. So he, being in this world, still is serving Lord Ram. Whenever Harikatha will be gone, he must be there in any form. Though he could not understand He not in come in monkey form, any other form will come and must listen Hari Katha.
Yes.
So we pray Hanumanji, he bestow his mercy, and then we can advance in Krishna consciousness, and we want to serve his master not in own reference mood. What is his Madhurya mood? And Brajvasis are serving. We want to serve like Gurudev is serving. In same mood we want to serve. So we want this pure form Hanumanji that we must give his mercy, then we can serve divine couple like Gurudev is serving. Hare Krishna.
Be ready for play. Players should be ready. Now,
Drama player be ready.
you have heard about Ram. He was Premi Bhakta. Continuous flow like honey. Always serving day and night. With his each breath coming and going, he was serving. In dream too, he used to serve. But can he embrace Ram or not? He cannot. Can he give any remnant to Krishna? Can he abuse Krishna? Never. So he wants to embrace Ram. He wants to kiss Ram. He wants to give some very tasteful remnants, but he cannot give. Next day, we will tell Prematur Bhakta more than him. Prempar Bhakta. Pandava, more superior than. Serving Krishna in so many ways more